Relli, this isn't about a fighting game. You're right, we're talking about peak fiction. Allow me to introduce you to Gachiakuta.
I'm very American if you couldn't tell.
Gachiakuta was written by Kei Urana, and Urana, I gotta tell you, it's pretty good. This piece of fiction was highly recommended by, I don't know, maybe someone who else wrote peak fiction. Now, I want to sell you on this manga. I want you to read it. Its art style is goated beyond belief. It's got the thick lines that I like. It's got this retro punk aesthetic that is very Relli Core, if that makes sense. So let me give you a little plot synopsis on the first arc that happens so you can understand how insane this manga is. We start with our main character Rudo, and he breaks into a trash facility so that he can steal more trash. A major theme in this manga is how important trash is to Rudo. He is recycling's strongest soldier. After a narrow escape with some guards, he's finally able to make it out with his treasure. The treasure being a small stuffed doll that he thought looked very neat, but was thrown away prematurely. Eventually, he's able to meet up with a girl named Chiwa, who he has a bit of a crush on. It's here that we learn that Rudo's father was apparently a murderer and has been executed for his crimes. The negative stigma that brings forces him on the brink of society, hated by everyone. But Chiwa believes in him. She believes that Rudo can be a very good person, and after accepting the doll, they seem to hit it off rather fondly. Rudo is able to spend some time living with his adopted father, who is trying to teach him good lessons, teaching him not to break into government facilities in his free time. It's here that we learn that Rudo's favorite treasure is a pair of gloves that he was given by his adopted father. As per his nature, he always wants to make sure that what he has is treated well, so these gloves are very well kept. But unfortunately, tragedy strikes. Rudo returns home one day and finds his adopted father murdered, remembering a man in a strange mask covered in blood he had met just prior. As Rudo is the son of a murderer, everyone is quick to assume that Rudo was the one who did it. Suddenly, everyone begins turning on him. Chiwa, the only other person in his life, looks at him with disgust, throwing away the gift that she had received. Rudo's punishment for the murder of his adopted father would be exile to the place known as the Abyss, an endless hole where he will live out the rest of his life, falling, presumably. Except, in a shocking twist, it's not an endless abyss in which he falls. Instead, it is a land covered by trash, where the trash has grown so toxic, it has created monstrosities made out of trash, out of sentient toxin. It appears I have made a mistake. This wasn't the first arc I was covering. No, this was the first chapter. I haven't even gotten to some of the most sick designs in this series, the way they do combat, any of it. And I want to leave that all up to a mystery. Please read Gachiakuta, I swear. The manga isn't even finished yet. It's still ongoing, so you have time to catch up and still ride the wave with the rest of us. Your girl is going to be keeping an excellent eye on this series. Trust you me.